Welcome guys to the Profitable Traders. If you are a beginner or you've been trading for a while but not profitable, don't worry. The strategy that I'm going to show you in this video is the simplest yet proven to be profitable in the historical data. I'll share with you the rules you can use to profit in the bull and bear markets. That includes the entry reasons. If you feel excited, hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell so that you don't miss valuable contents that I upload every single week. Let's dive in. If you find a hack to this exponential moving average, then you can surely be profitable trading with it, even if most traders don't make money using this exponential moving average. So you come here to the indicators and strategies, and you search EMA, or you can search moving average, and this is the one moving average exponential. So if you click on it, you have it here. And an exponential moving average, guys, it can be in different periods. You can have 20 EMA, 50 EMA, 100 EMA, 200 EMA, depending on the market conditions. But in a healthy market condition that makes massive pullbacks, the EMA you can use is 200 period EMA. What you do, you click on this EMA and you change. For example, let me put 20 EMA. 20 EMA, as you can see, you can put 50 EMA depending on the market conditions. You can put 100 EMA, 100 EMA, or you can put 200 EMA. And guys, it's not just putting random moving averages. What you have to do, you have to go to the historical data, then do the back testing so that you see which moving average is profitable in the historical data based on certain patterns. So for this case here, it's 200 EMA. If you have a market that is in an uptrend, then goes to a downtrend. Let's say this is your market, guys, and you have your moving average making such moves and goes here. Now when the market is above this moving average, then you consider this market to be in an uptrend, and if it is below the moving average, then you consider this to be in a downtrend. And that's how simple this strategy is. So rule number one is to look for the moving average. If it's above the market, then you consider this market to be in a downtrend. But if this moving average is below the market, then you consider the market to be in an uptrend. That's rule number one. Rule number two, make sure the candles do not touch this moving average. Like in this case here, if the market is trending below the moving average and does not touch this moving average, then you look for the downtrend opportunities. And if the market is trending above the moving average and it does not touch the moving average, then you look for the buying opportunities. Then wait for the pullback, look for your price action pattern, and enter the market. Let's see these examples on the charts. We have a market trending below the moving average and makes a pullback that does not touch this moving average. Then you look for your price action pattern, then you enter the market. This one would be a win, let's say up to up to here. Then you wait for another pullback. Wait for another pullback. Look for your price action. You enter. This one also, guys, would be a win. You have a market trending below this, below the moving average, then makes a pullback and continues to the downside. We have this also as a win. Market is trending below this moving average, makes a pullback and continues to the downside. This also would be a win, and this would probably be a win as well. And market came up, touched this moving average, so we are not looking for any trade, and it started to trend below the moving average again, makes a pullback, and you see the market continuing to the downside. I would call this a win as well. To the downside, this would be a win. The market makes a pullback trending below this moving average and continues to the downside. I would call this a win. I'd call it a win. And the market made a pullback trending below the moving average. You look for your price action pattern to enter the market, and if you found it, then this could be a win as well. This could be a win as well. And guys, I'm just pointing out the winning trades. Every strategy has losing streaks and winning streaks. So what I'm doing here, I'm just pointing out the winning trades so that you could understand that this strategy, if traded well, you could profit in the market. So this is an example of downtrend. Let me look for an uptrend. This is also another example of downtrend. You see this market trending below the moving average, so you look for the downtrend opportunities, and you can see the market pulls back, goes to the downside, 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 and makes a pullback. This would be an example of a losing trade. As you can see, this market is trending below this moving average, made a pullback and did not continue to the downside with a massive impulsive leg. So this would be a losing trade, probably up to here. This also would be a losing trade, and you'd have got stopped out by this wick, and this would be a winning trade, a winning trade if managed well. This would be a winning trade as well. This would be a winning trade. This would be a losing trade. Now the market is above 200 EMA. Then look for the buy opportunities. And what do you have? You wait for the pullback that does not touch this EMA, then you enter the market. This would be a win. This one here would be a win. We have market trending above the 200 EMA, makes a pullback and continues. This one would be a loss. We have this market making a pullback that touches this EMA, so we don't enter the market. Then it goes up, then makes a pullback that does not touch this EMA. Then you look for your price action pattern and see what the market does. It continues to the upside, and that would be your win. Again, the market makes a pullback, and if you manage this trade well, depending on your trading rules, this would be a win as well. Now the market came and touched this 200 EMA. I don't look for trades. Then goes to the upside direction, then makes a pullback that does not touch this 200 EMA, then I'll look for trades, then goes to the upside. This would be a win as well. Now the market is below, makes a pullback that touches this 200 EMA. In this case, I'm not looking for any opportunities. Now here we are. The market is trending above this 200 EMA, makes a pullback that does not touch this 200 EMA. Then I look for the buying opportunities. After I've seen my entry reason, then I go up. This also would be a win. This would be a loss. This would be a loss if I had a very high risk reward ratio. Making a pullback. As you can see, guys, you can see this strategy is doing pretty well with this pair Aussie dollar. It's not that every strategy is profitable in every currency pair. You have to do the back testing so that you see which strategy works best for certain currency pairs. As you can see, the market is trending below this 200 EMA. It's continuing falling, and this would be your winning streaks, guys. Again, winning. This would be a winning trade. 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 This would be a losing trade, but this would be a winning trade. A winning trade. A winning trade. A winning trade. And here is where you'll be making losses with this strategy. So from here up to here, you'd be making losses. It's exactly here. Here is where you'd be making losses with this strategy. And this would be the drawdown of this strategy, guys. But at the end, it will be profitable. And here, you make your wins. And this example with Aussie dollar. Let's look for another pair and let's see how this strategy works. Dollar Swiss. Let's just begin from here. It's trending below 200 EMA. So what do? Wait for the pullback and look for your entry reason. That could be any simple price action pattern. Then you enter the market. Now it's made an impulsive leg, made a pullback and continued to the downside, and this would be a win. This also made a pullback and this would be a win. A pullback and a win. A pullback, then made this double top and continued to the downside, and this one here is a win. Continued to the downside. Also made a pullback here, trending below this 200 moving average. Continue to the downside, this would be a win. Here would be a loss. It made a pullback but did not continue to the downside. Instead, it went to the upside, and that would be a loss. Now it's trending above the 200 EMA. We'll look for the pullback, but in this case, it has touched this 200 moving average. Therefore, we are not looking for any trade until when it started trading below this 200 moving average again, where we have this pullback and continue to the downside, and this would be our win. Again, made a pullback, continue to the downside, this would be our win. Made a pullback but failed to continue to the downside, this would be our loss. Would be stopped out here. Again, made a pullback up but continued to go to the downside, this would be another loss. And made a pullback and continued to the downside. I would call this one here a win. Made a pullback but failed to continue to the downside, this would be a loss. Would got stopped out here. Now the market is trending above 200 EMA, made this massive pullback and continue to the upside. From here, this would be a win here. This is a win. Made a pullback. I would call this a loss. This would be a loss. And now trending below 200 EMA, I'm looking for the downtrend opportunities. This market made a pullback that does not touch this moving average, made this double top and continue to the downside. This would be a win. I'm just pointing out trades, and what you have to do is that you go and backtest this strategy and find out on your own, so that you have the confidence that this strategy really works and you can profit in this strategy. This one here is a win. This would be a loss. This one here would be a loss. The video is getting longer. Let me just go faster. This would be a win. This would be a loss. This would be a win. This would be a loss, a win. This would be made a pullback and came down here. This would be a win. This would be a massive win, and these would be wins, guys. From here, you'd be having wins. And now we are at the current price. Modify this strategy and you can incorporate it in your trading plan. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.